Good morning. In continuation of the previous class, today we are going to discuss about that seed production planning, supply chain management, and signification of the seed replacement rate, and also the role of formal and informal seed sector in say the seed supply management. So in the previous class, we were discussed about that quantum of that seed produce, how much quantity we were exported. So we were expecting exporting our seed material to that countries like Bangladesh and in and around India. How much quantity of money we were earned. So all those items we were discussed. In addition to that, we were also discussed about the contribution made by the public sector and private sector with reference to making that quality seeds available to the farmers for cultivation purpose, and also we were discussed about that contribution made by the private and public sector with reference to cereals, pulses, and oil seed in all those crops. So today, before getting into the seed production planning and seed supply chain management system, I wanted to give you some information regarding that seed industry development, some history. So this is really interesting, and also this also you must know. So then only you will come to know that genesis of the seed industry system in India. So in that Royal Commission on Agriculture report, they submitted that report during the year 1928. So that given so they open up that system and the seed production system of India and their lacuna. In that only they were narrated that breeder seed production was really inadequate, and that whatever that quantity of the seeds are produced, so those seed material purity, and it's a very big question mark like that. They made a remarks in the Royal Commission on Agriculture. So at the time only they seriously started to think about that quality parameters. So in continuation of that various development, the development was took place on 1957. So that is the introduction of the All India Coordinated Crop Improvement Project. So in that they introduced that All India Coordinated Maize Improvement Project. So in that project they given major importance for variety as well as hybrid development, particularly in the case of maize. Similarly, in 1960, they gave and that again another two more All India coordinated projects in sorghum and pearl millet. Side by side, the same year 1960, they started training on seed technological aspects also. As outcome of 1957 All India Coordinated Maize Improvement Project implementation, during the year 1961, they released 4 maize hybrid as an outcome. And similarly, 1963, they started that National Seed Corporation. So the main role of that National Seed Corporation is production and distribution of the foundation seeds. So that 1928, the Royal Commission, they reported that whatever that seeds are produced, so all those seeds that purity is a very big question mark. So in order to solve that particular problem, the government of India, they wanted to have a separate agency for production and distribution of the quality seed. So for that purpose, 1963, they started National Seed Corporation, that is NSC. And I already told you 1960, and they started that All India Coordinated Sorghum and Pearl Millet project. As an outcome of that particular project implementation, during the year 1964, first sorghum hybrid was released for cultivation purpose. Similarly, in pearl millet also, 1965, they released the first pearl millet hybrid, and at the same year, 1965, that India, they imported 250 tons of wheat seeds from the Summit, Mexico, because at the times that food grain shortage is a major problem. Famine also occurred. So in order to meet out the food grain requirement, the government of India, they imported a summit of variety from the summit. So all those materials were given for cultivations. Then after that, the same year, in order to regulate, in order to have a pakka industrial setup for our seed production and distribution systems, Government of India, they enacted Seed Act during the year 1966. So this particular act given a clear-cut framework or setup for Indian seed industries. So in that they given a provisions with reference to creation of various agencies related to seed production and seed production, testing, and regulation of the sales. In 1963 and 69, because of all these efforts, the certified seed production area was increased from 360 hectare to 35,000 hectare. So this is mainly because of all those happenings. Then in 1968, that seed review team, they submitted their report. So in that they given some ideas with reference to how we can improve the quality seed production potential of our India. So based on that, from that year onwards, the government of India taken various steps to increase that seed production, and also they strengthened the infrastructure, started to strengthen the infrastructure facilities for seed production. So in that, in line with that, 1969, they started the Tharai Development Corporation (TSC) was established with World Bank assistance, primarily to produce certified wheat seeds. So here they followed the compact area and development program for seed production purpose. Compact area means one particular area will be identified that whatever that acreage is there, all those area will be brought under cultivation of seed crops. So that the compact area they started to follow in order to produce and supply the required quantity of the wheat seeds and other crop seed material. So TSC is one of the finest establishment as far as that seed industry of India is concerned. Then 1971, National Commission on Agriculture, they submitted their report, and also side by side at the same times, and the government of India, and that Seed Technology Association was formulated. The name of Indian Society of Seed Technology was formed. And then the government of India also decided to reorganize the seed production in India based on the National Commission on Agriculture report. Then in 1972, that Indian Society of Seed Technology, they organized the first All India Seed Seminar. So this is not that much important, but they organized the seed seminar, so that given a platform for exchange of ideas and research outputs all among the seed technologists working in the India. So in the year 1975, the project report on National Seed Program was submitted. So the national program project was submitted. So that is in that they given a lot of ideas. So based on that ideas, in the year 1981, that NSP National Seed Program, that program was adapted. So in that program, they made more provision for creation of infrastructures with reference to production of quality seed in more number of throughout the India. So as outcome, that area under seed production also increased, that quantity of quality seed production also increased. So 1981, that implementation of that national seed program and its impact was realized. So 1981, that seed production is increased from 1,37,000 tons to 3,50,000 tons. That is the year 1974-75. That production level is 1,37,000 tons, whereas 1980 and 81, the production level is 3,50,000 tons. So some policy initiatives as far as that seed sector is concerned. So that enactment of the Seed Act, then Seed Review Team SRT 1968, then National Commission on Agriculture seed groups. So and they made some recommendation. So based on that recommendation, World Bank also given some grant. So with the help of that only we were started that NSP National Seed Program. I already explained to you. So through that national seed program only, we were strengthened or created state seed corporations, state seed certification agencies, state seed testing laboratory, and product seed programs. So all the infrastructures and the agencies related to quality seed production was established with the help of the World Bank aided national seed program. So this is a very good initiative, and also it's a milestone with reference to Indian seed sector is concerned. Similarly, another policy initiative, that is a seed control order 1983. So after introduction of this particular order only, that seed sale is regulated through the licensing. Only that license holder alone able to sell that seed in the market. So that is only after introduction of the seed control order. And apart from all those policy initiatives, still some more policy initiatives like creation of technology mission on oil seed and pulses, initially in the name of TMOP, introduced in the year 1986. By this time the name was renamed the name of the integrated scheme of oil seed, pulses, oil palm and maize, the name of isofarm. So here by implementing these particular program, they given more emphasis on production of all these crops. So for production of all these crops, that the seed demand is started automatically. Once that demand is there, definitely the people will show more interest to production of that kind of seeds. So now that production of seed as well as grain also increased. So because of that introduction of the isofarm, then seed transport subsidy schemes also introduced by India in the year 1987. The new policy on seed development, and that is on 1988. So I will give you detailed information regarding that new policy on seed development in the subsequent classes. This particular policy is a very good one, and open up that the globe. So whoever interested to have access for the good quality seed material anywhere in the globe, so this particular policy given some opening. So and that is the thing. In detail I will tell you later. Then seed bank scheme was introduced in the year 2000. The national seed policy 2002. So this also given major emphasis on increasing that seed replacement rate. So I will give you detailed explanation for this one also later. Then that seed bill 2004. So this also we need to discuss length and breadth. Yesterday also I given a piece of newspaper cutting, that is fresh paper information given by the Honorable Minister Agriculture, Central Agriculture Minister. So we will discuss this one also in detail. Then formulation of National Seed Plan 2005, then National Food Security Mission 2007, then RKVY, that is Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana 2007. So RKVY program still is in operation. They are giving a monetary, financial support or financial assistance for the seed production purpose. So these are all some policy initiatives with reference to that seed sector of India is concerned. So coming to today's sessions, so here we are going to discuss about three aspects: seed planning, seed supply chain, and problem in the seed supply chain, how we are going to overcome that particular problems, and finally we are going to discuss about that seed replacement rate. So that seed planning is very important. So well ahead we have to plan. So as per the plan we have to stick on. So then only we can produce and give that required quantity of the certified seeds to the grain producers. So seed planning is a prior planning of production of different classes of seeds. So under seed planning programs, we are planning for production of different classes of seeds. So I already told you. So for seed production purpose, we are adapting that generation system of seed multiplication, that may be of single, or that may be of 3 generation system model, or a 4 generation model, or 5 generation model. The number of generation is decided mainly based on the pollination behavior of the crop and the seed multiplication ratio and demand for that particular seeds. Say example, the seed is the crop is strictly self-pollinated and that have a low SMR, seed multiplication ratio, but the seed demand is more, means there we can go for the 5 generation system of seed multiplication. 5 generation system means that start with breeder seed production, then foundation seed production 1, foundation seed production 2, certificate seed production 1, and certificate seed production 2. So 5 generation is followed. So these kind of systems normally we are adapting for groundnut, because in the case of groundnut, a strictly self-pollinated crop, SMR also 1:6 or 1:8, and seed demand also more. Per hectare itself we are recommending 100 to 120 kg per hectare. So seed demand is more. There we have to follow that 5 generation system. Suppose that SMR is no problem, but a self-pollinated crop, seed demand is more, means there we can follow 4 generation. So these kind of systems we are following in the case of pulses and rice, because in those cases particularly in the case of rice, that SMR, seed multiplication is 1:80. Another advantage is it's a self-pollinated one. So because of that, there we are adapting that 4 generation system. Whereas the crop is cross-pollinated or often cross-pollinated, means there we have to follow only 3 generation. That is a breeder seed to foundation, foundation to certified seed. That certified seeds will be distributed for the grain production. So there won't be any FS1, FS2 or CS1 or CS2, all those things in the case of cross-pollinated or often cross-pollinated. Example for cross-pollinateds are sunflower, maize and bajra. So these are all the agriculture crops. Similarly, example for often cross-pollinated crops are the red gram, sorghum, brinjal, benti. So all those crops comes under the often cross-pollinated category. So for seed production planning purpose, we have to take into consideration of the that number of generation system of seed multiplication. Then another main thing as far as that seed planning is concerned, the planning should be done 3 years ahead of the year of supply, because if it is a cross pollinated, minimum 3 generations, breeder seed 1 year, then foundation seed next year, then next year certified seeds, then only the material will be distributed. So at least minimum 3 years ahead we have to do that planning, and we have to initiate that production operation also, then only we can supply, or otherwise there will be a discontinuity with reference to seed supply. Again, to work out that seed production planning, we have to take into consideration of these following things, or we need the following things. The first one is quantity of seeds required. What is our target? So target means normally we will distribute that certified seeds. So how much quantity of the certified seeds are needed for Tamil Nadu? So we have to arrive that one. In order to arrive that one, we must know the area under cultivation of that particular crop. Say example, if it is a rice, that area under cultivation means cultivation 100 hectare means, and now we know that area. So what is that seed rate per acre or hectare? Say example, if it is a 40 kg per hectare means 100 into 40. So automatically you will arrive some 4000 kg. So that is our quantity of seeds required to distribute. So for this we have to do that planning. So the first step is we must know that quantity of seed required, and then we have to work out that one. Then area to be covered. In order to produce that much quantity of the certified seeds, what about the area required for foundation, and what about the area required for breeder seed? So all those things we have to work out. So area to be covered, for that purpose we have to use this particular formula, that is quantity of seeds required divided by seed yield per acre or seed yield per hectare. So this particular formula we have to use in order to know that area needed to produce that much quantity of the seed material. Then another main thing is in area to be covered, we need the data of the seed yield potential of that particular crop. So to know the yield potential of the crops, we must know the seed multiplication ratio of that particular crop and seed rate. So if you know that seed rate and seed multiplication ratio of that particular crop, means automatically you can work out that seed yield. So normally that seed yield is arrived by the way of multiplying that seed multiplication ratio into that seed rate per unit area. So by that way we can work out that yield potential also. So these are all the data we can get it. Apart from that, you must aware of that extent of reduction in yield. Say example, if you cultivate the crop under normal condition, means that the full potential of that particular crop will be realized, that the yield also will get maximum. Suppose that selected area for seed production, say example foundation seed or breeder seed production, selected area it's somewhat problematic soil, saline soil or acidic soil, mean there we cannot get the optimum yield. There will be a yield reduction. So based on that, over a period of cultivation experience, we must know that extent of reduction. Say example, if it is a normal condition, that give 1000 kg. If it is under salinity condition, 800 kg means, so in order to fulfill that 200 kg, that gap, we have to plant extra. So that also very important. Or otherwise, that seed supply systems will get affected. There will be a mismatch. So in order to avoid that one, we must know that extent of reduction in yield. Then other than that, it's a regular happening, and it's everywhere this problem is there. Processing losses at the time of harvesting, or at the time of processing, or at the time of transit, there will be some losses. So say example, there will be a 5% or 10% losses. So we have to take into consideration of these losses. Accordingly, we have to increase our target also. Say example, 1000 kg we are planning for production means, so these are all the 10%, 5% losses will be there. So these also you have to. So instead of 1000 kg, we have to target for 1100 kg. So during that processing, all those things, this 10% will go up. Finally, we will have the targeted quantity of the 1000 kg. So the processing losses also we must assess, or we have to work for to prevent that losses occurring during the processing. Then in the case of horticulture crops, so there we are going to extract the seed from the fruits. In the case of agriculture crops, that the fruit itself going to act as a seeds, whereas in the case of horticulture crops, that seeds are placed inside the fruits. So we have to harvest that fruit, then from the fruit only we will extract the seed material. So if it is horticulture crops or it's a fruit crop, you must have some idea about the fruit yield potential, then seed recovery percentage. If you know these two data, then only you can go for the better planning, the seed production planning. So these are all the basic informations are needed for seed production planning. So I hope all these items and all already were discussed in the SST 201 course itself. There we did some problem also with reference to seed production planning for variety and hybrids, particularly on rice and maize and cotton also. So with that idea, I hope you can understand what I am trying to convey through these slides. So now I wanted to give you one seed production planning calculation, and we are going to do that one jointly. So here the problem is, calculate the foundation seed area needed to produce 1 lakh kg of certified seeds of rice variety 8043. Here they given only that seed rate and SMR alone. They are not given that yield. So under that case, we must work out that seed yield potential. So that are mainly needed. First we have to call out that information from the given problem. So here the target is 1 lakh kg, that is certified seeds we need to supply, and they given seed rate 40 kg, and also they given seed multiplication ratio 1:80. So with the help of that seed rate and SMR, we can arrive that yield potential of that particular crop by using the formula of seed rate per hectare into seed multiplication ratio. So 40 into 80. So now that yield potential is 3200 kg per hectare, not acre. So in all the places we have to write the numbers with the units. So now that yield potential is 3200 kg per hectare. So first we have to work out that area required to produce 1 lakh kg of certified seeds. So for area requirement purpose, we have to use this particular formula. So that is a required quantity of seeds divided by the seed productivity potential of that particular crop. That is a seed yield per hectare or acre. So here that the quantity of seeds we need to produce 1 lakh kg. So that yield potential is 3200 kg. So in order to produce 1 lakh kg of certified seeds, we need to have certified seed crop to the area of 31.25 hectares. So again, for certified seed production purpose, the source seed will be a foundation seeds. So in order to cover in order to sow the foundation seeds 31.25 hectare area, so how much quantity of foundation seed is needed? So for this purpose we have to use this particular formula, that is area into seed rate. So here that area is 31.25 hectare and seed rate is 40 kg per hectare, 40 kg per hectare given in the problem itself. So the quantity of foundation seeds required to cover 31.25 hectare is 1250 kg. Again, to produce that 1250 kg of foundation seed, what will be the area under foundation seeds? So for that purpose we have to use that formula, that is a quantity of seeds required divided by the seed productivity or seed yield potential of that particular crop. So here the quantity of foundation seed required is 1250 kg and yield potential is 3200 kg per hectare. So automatically you will get 0.39 hectare. So this much area need to maintain for foundation seed production purpose in order to supply 1 lakh kg of certified seeds. Again, that planning also we have to do 2 years before, then only we can timely supply that material. So timely supply is very important, or otherwise whatever that effort we made for that seed production planning and production, everything is waste. So like that I will give you in assignment section, I'm going to give you some more problems. So all those problems you have to individually you have to work out. If you have any difficulties with reference to working out of these particular things, please let me know through by text, through the messages or either WhatsApp group or through that classroom and the Google classrooms. And also I strongly recommend all of you to visit that seed portal. That site is maintained by the Ministry of Agriculture and Corporations. There and this year planning everything is available. The name of seed rolling plan. So what is that breeder seed requirement, foundation seed requirement, certificate seed requirement, and state wise. So everything is there. All of you please visit and prepare a small handout regarding the seed rolling plan for each and every crop for this current year. So now we can do that planning. After that, what systems we are having right now for after that planning, we need to go for that execution part. So that execution part is very important. That seed planning, it's a paperwork. After paperwork, so whatever the things are there in the paper, everything we have to make it in the on the field level. So there is a real one. So there that supply system will start. So that I already told you, and for seed production purpose we are following that generation system of seed multiplications. In the case of generation system, that normally start with the breeder seeds, we never take into account that nucleus seeds. Okay, that system will start from the breeder seeds. Now regarding that seed supply system in Tamil Nadu, we have two segments. One is a breeding segment, the second segment is a seed production and distribution. So that is a seed technological aspects. Regarding that breeding systems, the breeders, based on the needs or based on the requirement of the farmers or the society or the consumers, they are evolving a new varieties by adapting that the crossing programs or selection program, and so many breeding strategies are there: mass selection, pure line selection, pedigree method, bulk method, like that. So many methods are there. All those methods you will study in detail in your breeding. I hope you may study it or you will be studied. So by adapting all those strategy, they are developing a variety. After developing a variety, that variety will be tested for its quality parameters. Apart from quality parameters, disease tolerance and pest tolerance, all those things will be verified by the concerned entomologist and pathologist by conducting various trials. After that, that variety or hybrid will be forwarded to the multi-location trials, MLT, at various locations in order to assess the suitability of that particular variety, whether it's a location specific or that is suitable for all the places. So MLT will be adapted. After that, they will go for the ART also, that is a adaptive research trial also they will follow. Suppose that variety is performing very well in more than one state, means that variety is eligible to release for a national variety. Suppose if it is performing very well only in a particular state, mean that will be released as a state variety. So all those things will be checked. So after knowing that MLT and ART data, that material will be given for the variety release purpose. So once that variety is released, that variety performance will be recorded. So suppose if it is a really very good performing variety and demand also more among the farmers and consumer, means the breeder they can send a proposal for the notifications. So that notification always done by the central government, whether it's a state variety or central variety, notification will be done by the central government as per the section 5 of the Seed Act. The material will be notified. Once if it is notified, that will become a property of the India. So that will become a public property. So this particular property, this particular material alone eligible to enter into the seed supply systems. In that case only we can produce that breeder seed, foundation seed and certified seed, all those things. If it is not notified, that particular variety not eligible to enter the seed supply system, that is a generation system of seed multiplication. In those cases we can produce only the TFL, truthfully labeled seeds alone. In the case of notified seeds also we can produce a TFL. So TFL also we can produce, or certified material also we can produce. So the first segment is variety development. After developing the variety, that will be the test verified, then performance will be verified through the TMLT, then variety will be released, then notifications. After notifications, the material will be handed over to the seed supply systems, so that the seed production and distributions will be taken care by the seed technologies and Department of Agriculture under the supervision of Department of Seed Certifications. So they are the guardian of the quality seeds. So they are taking care of that they are monitoring the quality in the field level, and also that another wing also there, that is a seed law enforcement wing. They are monitoring the quality of the seed sold in the market. So once that variety is released, and that will be taken care by the seed multiplication people. So that seed multiplication people, they will get the nucleus seeds from the breeders. So after release of that variety, that whoever developed that particular variety, they have to do that maintenance breeding also. Maintenance breeding means that nucleus seed again they have to purify the material. That purified form of material must be given to the breeder seed production purpose. So maintenance breeding, the maintenance breeding outcome will be given for the breeder seed production. Then breeder seed production will be taken care by the state agriculture university systems or ICR institutes. So there for breeder seed, that also not comes under the certified seed category, but monitoring team inspection will be there. So in that inspection team, that area seed certification of that particular location act as a member. Then the foundation and the certified seeds will be produced by the Department of Agriculture Extension people with the help of that seed growers. And whatever that whoever may be that producers, those producers they have to register their field with the area seed certifications. So that the seed will be multiplied. After multiplication, harvesting, then seed drying, appropriate moisture content we have to reduce, and the proper conditioning we have to do. Then material should be packed, and that material is needed for cultivation immediately, means we have to dispatch, or otherwise that material should be put in a storage in Pakka conditions. So whenever the demand is there, at the time we started to distribute. So these are all the supply systems we are following in Tamil Nadu. Then seed supply system for public and notified varieties in Tamil Nadu. So here that if it is a variety released by the TNAU, means that the TNAU is responsible for production and supply of the breeder seeds. Breeder seeds both for Government of India also they will place a intern. Yesterday itself I told you If it is a state variety, the company also, the intender is located in the same state, means directly they can place. I wanted to quote that same example again. The rasi seeds, they need a breeder seed of MC5 cotton, means directly they can place their intent to the TNAU. Suppose if it is a IRA variety or something, they have to place their intent to the Department of Agriculture, Minister of Agriculture and Cooperations. So there they have to place that too through that All India Seed Forum, they have to place their intent. So again that intent will be given to that ICR again that will send the data to the Indian Institute of Seed Science. So again that will reallocate that production target for the concerned institutes. Okay, so here coming back to that Tamil Nadu, so either it's they are responsible for supply of breeders to the government of India, and also they are eligible, they are responsible for supply of breeder seed for the Department of Agriculture in Tamil Nadu, and also private seed companies also. The private seed companies are there in Tamil Nadu, means they can directly they can supply. So here they are responsible to supply the material to three persons, that is the Government of India and Department of Agriculture or Horticulture and private seed companies. And normally after receipt of that breeder seeds, and the Department of Agriculture or Horticulture, they are going for foundation seed production. So with the help of that state seed farms are under the control of the Department of Agriculture. The state seed farms for various crops are available, like state oil seed farms and state pulses farms, agriculture extension centers. Some of the agriculture extension centers also have farms, then state horticulture farms. So in all those areas, the Department of Agriculture, they will go for the production of the foundation seed material. Then foundation seed will be procured from all this. Again that will be distributed to the agriculture extension center for the purpose of certified seed production. So most of the ADA extension, they are not having their farms of their own. So at the time they will identify the seed growers. Seed grower means that farmers already given with enough training with reference to that seed certification systems and field level operations of the seed crops, everything. So with the help of them, they will go for that certified seed production. So after that, they will procure the seed from the seed growers that will be distributed to the farmers for grain production purpose. So this is with reference to that Department of Agriculture or Horticulture. Similarly, in the case of private seed companies, they will procure that breeder seed material from the Tamil Nadu Agriculture University. After that, they will go for the foundation seed production either in their own farm or in the farmer's field. So in the private company, what they are doing is, most of the private company, they are not having their lands of their own. So they are normally identifying the farmers, and with that farmer they are entering into the contract mode, contract farming. That is a 5-bag arrangement they will made it. So the farmer will act as a cultivator, the company people will act as a producers. So at the end of the production operation, whatever that quantity produced by the farmers, by the way of giving that amount, I mean they are procuring, that procured material will be further distributed for the purpose of their own certified seed production, or whoever interested to produce certified seeds, for them they are distributing that foundation seed material. Again the company wanted to produce certified seed, means they are following, they are cultivating in their own farm if it is available, or with the help of that contractual farming mode, they are cultivating the crop in the farmers field. Again they are procuring and they are distributing that material for grain production purpose with the help of their own marketing channels. So this is a Pakka systems. Normally that private company people really they don't want to get into the production operations. So they are simply motivating the farmers and they make them to cultivate, and finally they are procuring that material, and the procured material will be distributed in the company name. So that system is right now in very effectively they are doing. Most of the private seed company, they are following that way alone. So this seed supply system in India, and that last class itself I narrated these particular systems on the same system only here also, so that total things are there. So ICR it's a head. So for ICR, that Indian Institute of Seed Science, they are extending their support. They are the overall coordinating authority. So that in the data will be there. So I don't want to explain this one again. So this seed supply system as far as India is concerned. Then seed supply chain dynamics. Even though we have this kind of PACA systems, different class of seeds and also different class of seeds are taken care by various agency, and everybody assigned with that work as per the various policy initiatives, particularly with the help of the Seed Act. And also we are doing a lot of planning operations in order to fulfill the requirement, and also seed planning also 3 years ahead we are planning. There is a mismatch or there is a misuse of that breeder seed material, so all those things are happening. And also in the recent times that private sectors, and they are producing more quantum of seeds when compared to the public sector, so that inclusion of the private sector in the seed industry is it's more when compared to that public sector. This particular slides also already we were discussed in the previous session itself, but I wanted to show this one again because this is the right place. So in the year 2008 and 9, if you look at that quantity of seed produced by the public sector, that is a contribution is 60.2%, and private sector contribution is only 39.8%, the year 2008 and 9. But the year 2017 and 18, the figure is almost on the other side. The private sector, their contribution is 57.28%, that is more than 50%, whereas the public sector contribution is 42.72%. So a lot of things are there to discuss, but anyhow the private sector, they are taking upper hand. So this clearly shows that the seed sector have a very good opportunity for the agriculture graduates. Another thing I wanted to tell you here, that the owner of the Ras Seeds also agriculture graduates. After completion of the graduation, he started that particular business. Now he is doing wonder and earning like anything. So the seed is a very good product. That product is available. The only thing is how far you are going to put up yourself in this particular field in order to make this particular thing as a profit oriented business. So in that angle, this particular course will give you a detailed idea with reference to the starting of the companies, and what all the infrastructure facilities need to be created, and what will be the cost. Everything will be discussed in the practical sessions. So I already told you so many likeness are there. Even though we are doing all this planning and established setup and everything, and there is a mismatch with reference to that planning as well as the actual requirement. So that is a problem is there in all the places. All those problems need to be discussed, all those problems need to be removed in order to match up the requirement, and the production and demand should be matched. Then only there will be a increase with reference to that SRR. So at present the valuable product seeds are not fully utilized to produce the expected certified seeds as per the seed plan to achieve the targeted SRR. For breeder seed production, we are doing a lot of effort. More number of scientists are used for breeder seed production purpose. Even though we are putting more effort, all those procured material is not valuably used for the purpose of breeder seed production. Some of them, they are converting that breeder seed into they are using breeder seed for the grain production purpose. Some of them are using the excess quantity. Like that, so many things are happening. So all those things need to be prevented. Further, low seed multiplication ratio, even though we are recommending for paddy under 1:80 and tomato and brinjal under 1:400 or something, because of very poor crop management activities. Okay. the cultivation operation are not properly followed, that proper pest and disease also not taken care. So because of all those things, even though we supplied a quality breeder seeds, whatever that seeds are sown, because of the poor cultural operations, that foundation seed yield, everything will be decreased automatically. That SMR will be decreased, that SMR decrease mean yield also decrease. So this resulted in consumption of more quantities of the breeder seed and production of lesser quantity of the foundation seed. So this ultimately pulled down our total seed production plan, and therefore the public and private sector have adopted the practice of placing intent. They place a higher amount of the breeder seeds. Say example, if the original requirement is 100 kg, means they place the intent for the 200 kg. So I already told you that what are all the things need to be taken into consideration in the for seed production planning, so that expected yield and expected yield losses, all those things. Without knowing that ground level situation, ground level reality, simply they are assuming that if you sow this much, this will be the yield, like that they are arriving. But if at all they really wanted to overcome that particular problem by adapting proper cultivation operation, they can overcome and they can get maximum yield. So without working on that side, simply they are using more amount of the breeder seed for achieving lesser quantity of the that foundation seed production. So that is not that should not be there, because this demand for breeder seed increase mean that will put up a more pressure on the state agriculture universities like TNAU and ICR institutes. So if it is a more pressure, more area we need to allot for breeder seed production. More area is allotted for breeder seed production means more number of scientists we have to allocate for the seed production purpose. So there will be a problem with reference to shortage of the human power with reference to doing research and teaching and all those items. So these are all the major lock as far as that supply system is concerned. Then to overcome that particular issue, what are all the things the state seed producing agency should follow? So they have to monitor the production of foundation seed operations effectively. So proper monitoring only you will come to know the problems, pest and disease problem and all those problems. Then once you know that problems, immediately you can go for remedial. So that is the way we have to. And then look after the production and procurement distribution of the quality seeds through contract seed productions. So after productions, that the foundation seeds are produced by that state seed farm means, so all those quantity of seed material must be distributed for certified seed production purpose. That should not be stagnant in the ground itself. So that area availability is less with the government system means they have to identify the farmers through contract farming. So all the foundation seed material should be distributed for certified seed production. So that kind of things also need to be taken care. Then we have to ensure timely supply of the quality seed material. Timely supply is very important. There is a delay in foundation seed production and harvesting means that farmers if it is available timely, material is available timely means they will use that foundation seed for certificate seed production purpose, or otherwise they will go for that grain production or some other purpose. So here the thing is, whatever may be the class of seeds, that class of seeds we are going to distribute for further that next class of seed production means that should be made available timely. So that is a very important. Then we have to accelerate the spread of the high yielding variety high yielding variety and all we have to make the farmers to aware. So then only that farmers will show interest in cultivation of the new variety. So once they started to show that interest in cultivation of a new variety, then only whatever that the quantum of different class of seeds are produced, that will be reaches to the farmers. And also that state seed producing agency, they have to coordinate with the other state seed corporation and national seed corporations. Say example, one particular variety may be produced in excess quantity in Tamil Nadu. it is a excess. If they have a coordination with other state seed farm or NSC, means they can distribute this excess quantity through that NSC in another state also. So here that coordination also very important. So all these areas we are lacking behind. So because of that there is a mismatch. So all these mismatch leads to put up a pressure on the breeders and nucleus seed productions. So this is somewhat worst situation as far as that seed supply chain management program is concerned. And also that sector, that state seed corporations and from that state seed agencies, they have in a position to develop a human resources for offering training to the farmers, and also to offer training to the NGOs and private entrepreneurs. So by that way we can have more number of seed growers. So the more number of seed growers means we can distribute our material and we can do that multiplication very easily. And also that state department, they are responsible for educating the farmers with reference to quality seed productions. So all these things are placed in order, definitely we can expect that SRR increase. So these are all the infrastructure facilities and other supports available for production in Tamil Nadu. As far as that TNAU side is concerned, we have a maximum resource utilization for the purpose of seeds. The total area available for cultivation is 1167.62 hectare. Out of that 618 hectare is allotted for seed production purpose. So that is spread across 36 seed production centers and major area like agriculture research station Bhavani Sagar and ARS Vaigai Dam and Adudurai and Palur, all those stations fully utilized for seed production purpose. And that similarly for pulses production purpose, National Pulses Research Center Vamban, also 70% of the area is utilized for the seed production purpose. The remaining seed production areas, the remaining centers, 25% of the area is allotted for the seed production purpose. So more than 100 number of TNAU scientists are involved in the seed production. So because of all these efforts, we are produced 22,000 quintals of labeled seeds and 52 lakh number of planting material and produced and distributed annually. So this is a contribution made by the TNAU. Similarly, the Department of Agriculture and Horticulture also having some 41 number of farms. That 41, 34 of them are state seed farm corporation and 6 of them are state oil seed farm corporation and 1 PSMF and 56 number of state horticulture farms. So that the total area under cultivation is 1200 hectare, and also they are having a 81 number of processing plants for the purpose of seed processing and cleaning, and also they are having 20 numbers of controlled storage grounds for the purpose of storing their seeds. So with the help of that they are also producing and distributing that seed material. So these are all the facilities are available for the purpose of seed production and distribution as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned. So in order to achieve that seed production plan, so that TNAU as well as that the department, so this particular aspect is TNAU, this particular aspect is department, they have to carry out all these activity. So the TNAU must take care of 100% responsibility for the supply of the basic seeds. Basic seed means here that breeder seeds, that seed should be produced and should be given. So TNAU that whatever that facilities are available, that will be utilized for the purpose of offering training to the officials working in the department. Whereas the department, they have to take upper hand, they have to utilize all the seed farm available with them and seed processing unit available with them for the purpose of producing and distributing that certified seeds like foundation seed and certified seeds So in order to increase that area under seed production, they have to offer a training to the NGOs and farmers and self-help group. So by that way, they can have more number of area under seed production. So once that area is increased, automatically we can produce more quantum of certified seed material that will be distributed for grain production purpose. Once the farmers, all the farmers started to use that quality seed for grain production purpose, mean the yield potential of our state will be increased. So that is a thing. So for that purpose only we have this kind of seed supply chain system. So finally I wanted to tell about that seed replacement rate. So whatever so far we were discussed, everything for the purpose of increasing that seed replacement rate, SRR. Seed replacement rate means that is we have to supply more quantum of certified seed material quality seeds, whatever that material used for grain production purpose, all those materials should be of certified seed material. So once if it is a certified seed material, means the quality is assured, that is that the genetic purity is assured. If it is genetically pure, we can definitely exploit the full genetic potential of that particular variety. So that is the idea. So that and all possible only in the case of a quality declared seed like certified seeds. So now we are going to discuss about that seed replacement rate. The definition for seed replacement rate is the percentage of area sown out of total area of crop planted in the season by using certified or quality seeds other than farm saved seeds. Say example, in an area the total seed requirement is 1000 kg. Out of 1000 kg, 900 kg are certified seeds. Remaining 100 kg alone, it's a TFL or farm saved seed, means here that seed replacement rate is 90% or something. So another example, that seed requirement is 1000 kg. Out of that entire area was sown by using 1000 kg. Out of that 1000 kg, only 100 kg alone certified seeds. Remaining 900 kg, it's a farm saved seed, means that SRR is low. So SRR is low means that inferior material is used for sowing purpose. If it is an inferior material, there won't be any assured yield. So that is a problem. So that's what the definition also there. And that previous course itself, people were studied about that SRR and corresponding formulas. So all of you that go through your that SST 201 course with reference to that formula for SRR, and also one table is given. So this is a very old data that is in 2008. For up to 2012 the data are available in the seednet. Please follow this hyperlink. So that state wise seed replacement rate is there for almost all the crops. So that is that authenticated one. All of you download that PDF, and that should be so from that PDF you have to call out that informations. So here I wanted to discuss with this particular table the year 2008. So here 11 number of crops are given. Out of 11 number of crops, in the case of cotton, that seed replacement is 100%. This is mainly because of the PT cotton introduction. PT cottons are available in the form of a hybrid. If it is a hybrid, every year we have to that renew the seed material. We cannot reuse that material. So because of that, every time they are going for purchase of the seed material. So in hybrid, we can expect always that 100% seed replacement rate, where the crop like green gram, red gram, groundnut and sunflower, that seed replacement rate is very low. Particularly in the case of groundnut, that the seed replacement rate is 6.07. This is not a very good sign. So this clearly indicates that whatever that material is available with the farmers, again they are reusing. So again that farmers they are using, means that quality parameters, particularly that the genetic purity of the material is not that much pure. So if it is not that much pure, the farmers they are knowingly or unknowingly they are losing their income. Whereas in the case of paddy, it's a 67. Whereas in the case of bajra, both variety and hybrid put together, this is not for hybrid alone, both variety and hybrid put together 91%. Bengal gram, it's a 5%, and black gram, somewhat good, so 42%. That is a seed replacement rate. So the seed replacement rate of India for our country, our country at present, it's 25 to 30%. But we have to increase this one to the level of 50% or something. Then only we can maximize the yield potential of our crops. So then only we can fulfill the requirement. And that previous lecture I shown one slide, in the first slide there, that a projection for food grain demand for the year 2030. So and that they clearly given, so that demand, the requirement is more. So in order to supply that required quantity of that food grains, we are in a position to increase yield potential, productivity of our land. So for that purpose we have to ensure that SRR, higher SRR. So that seed renewal period is also a relevant term with reference to that seed replacement rate. So normally if it is a sulfonated crops, once in 4 years we have to change that material. So for cross pollinated crops, so once in 3 years we have to change the material. For hybrids, every year we have to change the material. So with that we are completing that second lecture. So today we were discussed about that policy initiatives and historical things with reference to that seed industry, then seed production planning, and for doing planning what are the items are needed, that also we will discuss. Then different supply systems, seed supply chain with reference to Tamil Nadu and all India level also we discussed, and lacunas and supply chain dynamics also we discussed, and the contribution from the TNA also we discussed, and lacuna with reference to that state side, state departments that also were discussed. So now we have some idea about how that system is in operation as far as India and Tamil Nadu is concerned. So thank you.